So you know that intro? It's kind of invalid now because that number is something I've been pulling a lot and I'm pretty comfortable with. I think that was 415 or I think that was 415. I don't remember my own PRs. I know they're big as long as I'm above 400s and I'm working my way to 500s. Quite cool. Anyways, this is obviously a pull day, so a little bit of deadlifts with the band. I'm gonna assume that these are the lighter mini bands and they are about 10 or 15 pounds at the top. So that would be 10 or 15 pounds per band, so a total of between 20 to 30 pounds at the top of the lift. So this is just a very basic 135 plus the bands to hammer form. And I kind of been a little competitive with Kyle on this because he's pointed out that I do tend to bring my butt up higher way too soon because I'm a very quaddy lifter and I need to get off that and actually try to initiate and push through with my butt to get that working. I've kind of been crutching using my quads for a long time and now I'm realizing that my lifts are starting to suffer because I have to build up my butt. Kyle's got plenty of butt, tell you what. This is 225 plus, I think those are 5s, so 225, 235 plus the bands. We were lazy, and since we needed to slap them on there quick, we didn't take the time to take the collars off, but we did eventually. So here's Kyle, just at 225 without the bands because that's too much for him. He just needs to do this, and like his feet are super narrow for as tall as he is. He's about 5'10", just an inch and a half maybe taller than I am, but it looks just that much further to travel. If you look over on my right, there's Bruce Wayne, and on my left, just coming out of the bathroom, that was Lou taking a pee, maybe, I don't know. Here I am again, just repping these out. I'm really just trying to hammer form and also try to get that accommodating resistance or that with the bands hammered so that I can get more consistent tension throughout the lift from the bottom to the top. Kick my ass. I think this is, that was 275 for Kyle. I'm still rolling with the lighter weight. These are my working sets. What I tend to do with deadlifts is that I'll do lighter weight at the very beginning, and I'll stick to about somewhere between my 60 to 70% range. And I think I'm using Wendler numbers according to how Jan explained them to me. So he said it's your max times 90 times 60. So I'm about 60, 70%, and then I add the bands to maintain that tension on the bar. And I'll usually do 5x3 or 5x5 of that, and then I'll go and do a couple sets of heavy, see what I can do with the heavy, and then I'll strip it back down so that I can do lighter weight and just reacquaint my central nervous system with the pattern of doing proper form and not some fucked up form with the heavy lifts. Here's Kyle repping out 315, and this is pretty big for him. I think this is actually a PR for him, 315 for 5, which is pretty massive. And he's had some back stuff for a while, and actually that just recently caught up with him. He's kind of working to rehab that, so looking forward to seeing him lift some big weights again. He's the guy that I've kind of kept pace with. He's been like 50 or so pounds behind me when it comes to lifts. I'd like for him to speed up since he is much heftier than I am. He eats a lot more than I do, and I think he could definitely, if he lets the reins loose, could definitely pull some bigger weight. Here I am at 315, nothing major, just repping it out. And here is 405, I believe. So 405, and then we'll slap on some other smaller weights. Yeah, it's a bit of a grinder there. Kind of rough. So yeah, I mean, I like doing this. This is great for my ego, but it royally fucks my form, because then usually what happens is my butt comes up first, and then I'll try to unlock my my knees or lock my knees out straight, which means I get a lot more quad, because I've been a very quad dependent deadlifter for a long time, and I need to work on that. And I think that was a much bigger weight. It looks like there's smaller weights on the end, so that's probably 415 on the bar right now. So doing 415 pretty consistently was sort of the feat in this whole thing. Alright, that may have actually been 415, 415, that was probably 420. That was the big weight, the last set, and now I'm obviously going down again, so this is 315 with the bands, and form's kind of shitty. You can see it, actually, my butt comes up first. Ideally, what I want to do is get to a pretty decent middle ground where I just shoot my hips through rather than bringing my butt up. But as tall as I am and as long as my arms are, I do have to kind of bring my butt up first, or rather I have to bring my butt up as well as lock my knees out at about the same time. Yeah, so if you guys know better, feel free to critique me and let me know if there's something I should look into in terms of programming or a system, or even the terms of the phenomenon that's going on with my deadlift. Here we are sort of supplementing our deadlift work with some pull downs for our lats. As you may understand, the more stronger, the more powerful the lats are, and the tighter they are tied into our backs, the easier of a time we can just focus on form and pushing our hips through in the deadlift, rather than wobbling around trying to set and find torque, twisting around the shoulder blades and whatnot. I've always subscribed to and have grown with Kyle under what Kelly Starrett taught, so that's why, like, in this portion, for example, I'm working my right lat because there's a massive imbalance between my right and my left. If you were to get a shot of my back, you would really see that, and so I have to build that up so that I can get some more strength on my right side and really get everything super tight, like Pavel tight when I do my deadlifts. So that's why I have to do this. Look at that beautiful gritting face. It's so fucking ugly. Yeah, we'll do these, and we'll do some face. No, we didn't do any face pulls in this video, but we'll generally do face pulls as well, just to strengthen our backs, so that we'll get a lot better at getting tight for the deadlift, and that the movements are simply bringing the hips through and locking the knees out, and that and the shoulders just stay in place, and our arms just kind of just sort of hinge around that joint rather than like flopping forward and backward, adding more variability to the movement. Doing some sleds. This is towards the end of the workout. We usually did sleds or some rows, just to burn off whatever, just do a little glycolytic work to burn off whatever glucose happens to be remaining in our system and get fried, as you can see with the struggle there. Kyle hammering in some of his runs, but this is kind of an ass kicker sometimes. This is the white buffalo in the sky type of work that kills us every now and then. We end up having to lay down on the ground and try to breathe. Look at that ass, actually. I was probably like coming close to 190 at this point. I was eating a lot, and I remember eating way too much Thai food and way too many tacos and way too much milkshakes at the time. And I definitely put on some hypertrophy. Not the kind I like. I like being more lean and shredded and whatnot, but I'll take it. Makes my butt really scrumptious. Really, I'm just jealous of Kyle because he has a pretty round butt, and I'm trying to catch up to him. But that may be something I'll never manage to do, because he's got years on me building that ass up. It's getting hot. I'm working out in my sweats, even though this is like late winter in Los Angeles. It gets pretty warm in that gym, and it looks like no one cared to turn on those fans, so it's probably extra hot in the gym. And yeah, Got somebody down here doing some mobility, which is awesome. Post-workout mobility is always super good for you. And we usually post some of that stuff, but not so much lately. Unless it's important, I'll post it, but otherwise I'm not gonna put it in there because you guys don't need to see me roll and stretch and get into like funky positions, and you're just more excited about seeing the lifts themselves. If that. Here's Kyle finishing out the last round. Hope you guys liked it. Let me know if there's anything you can change or whatever down in the comments below. Subscribe and peace out.